I'll just chat about it because I think people have seen the video before. So, and maybe I'll do a better job than the video. So hopefully, right? So gang, so this is what you need to understand. And I think this is the core of our technology in terms of how it works and why it works. Every physical, emotional, psychological, biological process in our bodies has a neurological code in our brain, in our mind. And it's just software that controls it. Okay, we have to accept that. Our neurology controls our physiology, our biology, our biochemistry. It controls everything, and it has a regulation of everything. And sometimes those neural codes, which are just neural networks of information, just brain waves, sometimes get stuck, sometimes get corrupted, they get damaged for a lot of reasons. Things like trauma, injury, illness, disease, infection, stress, you name it, causes those neural networks to go offline or not operate properly. What every single super patch does, and what it has on it, I'll bring it up here, you can't see it maybe clearly, but anyways, every single patch, like you see in the picture, has this very complex pattern of ridges, what Steve's pointing at. And these ridges, when they come in, so they're like a QR code. When these ridges come in contact with our skin, the receptors inside our skin and the ion channels inside our skin generate action potentials, which are just frequencies. They're just signals that combine together because of the different ridges, form together a very specific signal that's sent to our brain. And those stuck, corrupted networks get brought back online. They get corrected, they get restored. So our mind-body connection then is again more complete, and we see just an amazing number of benefits come from that. All of our patches have a unique pattern that stimulates a different combination of receptors, so it generates a different signal that our brain understands. And so people ask, well, how does the brain understand it? The brain understands it because those neural networks and those neural signals are pre-programmed in our brain. They're pre-programmed genetically in our neurogenetics, because our system starts from a very microscopic level and it grows and it becomes our brainstem, and then our entire brain grows around it, and our spinal column shoots out, and all our peripheral nerves blast out of it. So it's the most complex thing that we know. So, and all of us have the same neurogenetic programming. So that's why those signals already exist. We're just sending something to the brain that it recognizes instantly. That's why the technology works instantly. That's why our nervous system recognizes it instantly, because it already pre-exists in our neural programming. So what I did, thanks to God, by his divine inspiration and guidance, is decode those very specific neural networks and those codes that need to be generated by stimulating our skin. And every single patch has its own code, has its own QR code that generates the very specific signal. And that's why we can offer this wide array of benefits. So people will ask you, oh, is the patch generating a frequency? No. Is there some kind of embedded secret frequency in the patch? No. Is there some secret sauce in the patch? No. Is there some secret ingredient in the patch? No. What's it doing? The ridges on the patch are working with the skin sensors to generate signals that already exist in our brain. We're just reinforcing them. And the beauty of it is, this radical theory that our skin could send signals to our brain, I was laughed at for a long, long period of time. In 2021, 2 scientists out of California won the Nobel Prize for identifying very specific ion channels, which are just very, very microscopic elements in our skin, organisms in our skin, that actually generate the nervous signal that goes to our brain. So guess what? Jay wasn't crazy after all. And so that's published research out there. They won a Nobel Prize for it. But again, it's all theory. We're actually developed products that are helping people. So not only are we a few years ahead of where the world is, I'll wager we're 50 years plus ahead of anything in the world in terms of health wellness, because we're doing it without risk and we're doing it without chemicals, drugs, and ingredients.
See The super patch technology in action. Okay, this is a young lady. Her name is Brandy. She came to one of our meetings in Alabama a few months ago. She was invited to our meeting, just very similar to the way that you were invited to tonight's Zoom. She had no idea who the super patch company was. She really didn't understand what was going on. So we were going through a bunch of information, and we were doing some demonstrations and showing exactly how the technology worked. And at the end of the meeting, she said to us, she goes, "Hey, I have a really hard time walking up and down stairs. Do you think this will help me?" And we kind of laughed and we said, "Yes, it will help you." And so we want to show you guys how she walked up and down the stairs before she put one of our patches on. It's called the Liberty Patch. And then how she went up and down the stairs after we put the Liberty Patch on. This video is 1 minute long. Here we go.
How many years have you had an issue going up and down the stairs?
Since I was 33 and I'm 46, so you can do the math, I can.
13 years.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Please be careful. Okay, I'm gonna put the Liberty Patch on her right now. And she's gonna do all of that again.
And by the way, just walking up and down them this many times, usually I'm in a lot of pain too, and that's not as bad.
This is her third time doing it. There you go.
It's amazing. Utterly amazing.
That's just the beginning, because we've got a patch to help people with pain. We've got a patch to help people sleep at night. We've got a patch to help people deal with stress.
Wow.
It just goes on and on. We've got a patch here called Defend that I will never take off my arm. And this is for overall blood flow, building your immune system. As a matter of fact, Jay, you were at this meeting with us in Chicago. Yeah. And they did a live blood test on the stage. And they grabbed somebody out of the audience and they did a blood test before wearing the Defend patch. And this is what the red blood cells look like. And this meant nothing to me. But the doctor explained that these blood cells, you see, they're not round, they're not full of energy, they're all stacked up on top of each other, which leads to very poor circulation. Well, they put the Defend patch on this young lady, waited 30 minutes, redid the blood test, and here's the difference. Same person 30 minutes later. Look at these blood cells. They're perfectly round, they're full of oxygen, and they're all lined up like they just came out of boot camp. When I saw that in front of my very own eyeballs, Jay, I said, I'm never taking that Defend patch off. We've got the Liberty Patch. That's what Jay just demonstrated for you, and that's what Brandy did walking up and down the stairs. The Flow Patch, pay attention like never before. People that deal with ADHD and cognitive decline, this is a game changer for them. The Victory Patch, this is for athletic performance. The Focus Patch, how about helping kids succeed? Okay, if you have a specific task, it'll help you focus on that task. And then Ignite, which deal with calories like never before. You can burn up to 25% more calories based on your metabolic resting rate. These are all of our super patches right here. We've got 9 of them.